Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Downstairs Hooligans podcast, numero dos. I'm your co-host PJ, alongside with Zach, Sky, and Caleb. And today we will be talking about our picks from last week in the NFL, the Jared Goff and Zeke contract extensions, also AB's drama, and towards the end we'll be picking Week 2 NFL games and the countdown to Egghead Day.
Egghead. It ain't gonna be me.
Yeah. You want to start with the Week 1 recap?
Yeah, we'll do the Week 1 recap. First game.
Start with the Thursday night game, the Packers and Bears. Packers win 10-3.
What a boring game.
It was. I watched the whole thing, and I shouldn't have. That was a waste of my time.
I had the Bears defense, and they did okay. I mean, they got me like 9 points. I should have started Seattle's defense because they got 15. So
Well, it was just a very defensive game.
yeah.
It was very boring to watch.
I expected somewhat of a shootout, and it was just terrible. Mitchell Trubisky was bad.
Throwing like
that
Jay
dude
Cutler.
is dog shit. I take back everything I said about him. He's not progressed whatsoever since last year. If anything, he's gotten worse. He's a nobody.
He threw for 228 yards and then an
first week.
interception.
Yeah, he did throw bad.
That's my hot take right there.
That's a very hot take.
See, I knew it would be a defensive game because the Bears have a good defense, but I didn't think it would be that.
I didn't think the Packers
It looks like
was
the
that
score
good.
when you're looking at the score. It looks like a Super Bowl game. You know, very low scoring. I mean, the Bears only scored a field goal.
Yeah, because Mitchell
Surprisingly.
Trubisky couldn't throw a ball.
Surprising
he
somebody
had-
could make a field goal for
He
the
had
Bears.
so many missed passes.
If they had Cody Parkey, dude, they don't score a point.
Yeah, that is true.
yeah.
I guess you're right. Okay,
I'd
yeah.
say the big performer for that game was Allen Robinson.
Yeah, he did.
For sure
he had, like,
was.
I think he had 7 receptions for 100 and some yards.
102 yards.
Yeah,
I don't even know how he got that many yards with
Yeah,
Mitch Trubisky throwing the ball.
Crazy.
Crazy.
And then
Definitely shouldn't have started him in fantasy.
Aaron Rodgers didn't play like he could. I mean, he only threw for 250 yards and a
Yeah.
touchdown, something like that.
He's overhyped.
I guess so to say it was just like the first week. Kind of what you expect.
It was a mediocre game, though, for a primetime game. Like, we
Yeah.
thought it was going to be intense.
I mean, I remember one big play, and that was a 43-yard pass from Aaron Rodgers to Scantling or whatever
Yeah.
to set up a touchdown with Jimmy Graham.
Devontae Adams had, no yards.
Especially just like the start
Jimmy
of the
Graham
season.
had 9 points. That's
Like,
pretty
we were
good.
waiting all year long, had to go through the preseason, all the bullshit. First game on, finally. And then it's that horse
And
shit.
it's that.
It's not
That's
good.
what we waited for.
But let's move on to the other games, the more intense games, so we can talk about
Well, this
them.
one wasn't very intense. The
Oh,
Titans beating the Browns 43-13.
I think that's more funny than intense, because we all picked
Well,
the
yeah,
Browns
we all
winning.
and the Browns were very hyped up.
Oh, very
OBJ,
hyped
Nick
up.
Chubb, Baker Mayfield,
Jarvis
Landry.
For the first 8 weeks, I'm going to now sleep on the Browns.
Schlump.
Slumped
I'm
on them,
gonna
bro.
wait till next week to see how they do.
I feel that...
I don't know. The Jets, they're playing the Jets next week, so I don't know about that one.
They should be
I
able
feel
to win
like
that. Should.
the
We'll
Jets
talk
could
about
win
that.
that.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But
Don't
anyways,
they-
this
don't they
game,
play-
they look terrible.
Yeah, they definitely.
Derrick
play
Henry
really bad.
went off, though.
Derrick
He
Henry.
could be the sleeper
Delaney
NFL
Walker.
fantasy player.
You're
Delaney
right.
Walker
Delaney
did
Walker.
go off.
The Titans just went off in
The Titans
general.
went
Like,
off.
everyone went off.
I feel like anybody playing the Browns week 1 would want to show up, especially because they're playing the Browns, especially after all the hype in the summer. Oh, the Browns are the Super Bowl caliber team. Let's fuck them up and show them that we're the Super Bowl caliber team.
That's why Delaney Walker, afterwards in an interview, he was like, "We knew what they were."
Yeah.
Oh,
He called
Yeah,
them
he
called them
out.
out.
He knew that they were all bluff. He knew
mean,
He knew they were straight
look
cap.
at their
I mean-
O-line. Didn't they have a defensive lineman playing O-line? Fourth quarter because people were getting
The Browns.
hurt? Yeah.
I didn't know
I cannot.
that.
I didn't know
confirm.
that. I can't confirm either. But I mean, if you saw something about it, it probably did happen. I mean,
Either way,
But
it was a shootout.
Derrick Henry, 84 rushing yards and a touchdown. He had a 75-yard touchdown reception too.
the dude
It's a great
the
day.
dude went
The
off.
dude went off.
Yeah.
It's
And
good
It
to
was
see.
field day for Derrick Henry.
I'm glad
And I
to
was
see Derrick
sleeping.
Henry
I
do
was
good.
So
sleeping.
yeah, we slept on that game because we all picked the Browns.
Oh yeah, I was a heavy sleeper on
Yeah,
the Titans.
Yeah. All right, what's the next game?
Another blowout. The Ravens 59 and the Dolphins 10.
And you
And I
and
chose
Caleb
the
chose the
Dolphins.
Dolphins.
I really thought Fitzmagic was going to show up week 1.
I should have looked at the roster on paper. I should have saw it. There's nothing going for the Dolphins.
I told you guys that
Yeah.
Fitzmagic never goes off week 1.
Well,
It's always week 2 through week 4.
I don't
He's
know if
not
any of
even
us-
going to go off. He's playing for the Dolphins.
He's probably not now.
I don't know if any of us really expected Lamar Jackson to go off like he did, throwing for 320 yards and 5
No.
touchdowns.
That was great.
No way.
He had like a shit ton.
And again, he called people out for saying that's pretty good for a running back in
Yeah.
an interview.
Yeah, he's definitely a good pickup on fantasy.
And Mark
Definitely.
Ingram, 14,
Ingram, yeah.
14
Yeah,
carries,
Mark
107
Ingram
yards,
off.
and 2 touchdowns.
Any Baltimore Ravens wide receiver, running back just went.
He's like
Yeah, I
their
don't-
is he like their only back now too, Mark Ingram?
They have Gus Edwards,
like,
who's getting
yeah.
some
Oh.
carries, but
So basically Mark Ingram.
basically
Mark
Mark
Ingram,
Ingram.
We'll see.
but
how
that
they
was
do
just
next
that
week.
was
That was
Yeah,
a
that was
blowout.
bad.
Nothing really to talk about in that game
Yeah,
besides
they
all
played
the
the
Dolphins
Dolphins.
players trying to get out of Miami now.
Hollywood.
yeah.
That's a disgrace, man.
The next game I thought it was going to be pretty good, but it was the Vikings and Falcons 28-12, and it was really one-sided for
Yes,
most
sir.
of the game.
yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Everybody chose the
I'll
Falcons
admit
besides Caleb.
I predicted wrongly on that.
I knew it. I knew it.
Well, I just
knew it. I mean, if you
I don't
look, if you
know.
look at all the utility the Vikings have, Stephon Diggs, Adam Thielen, who's their third wideout? Then they got Kirk Cousins.
it was
And
more.
they got Dalvin Cook. That was the gamble week 1
I think it
because
was-
we didn't know how he was going to perform.
Yeah,
well, I think it was more the
that was
Vikings'
mine.
defense stifled the Falcons' offense. 'Cause
Yeah,
they were
Exactly.
held
And I knew the Vikings had a good
scoreless
defense.
for like
True.
a while in that game.
I knew that their D was legit, but I kind of slept on their offense completely. I didn't think Kirk Cousins was too good, but he ended up balling.
Yeah, he ended
and
up
then
doing
Matt
great.
Ryan ended up doing not too well at all.
Yeah.
There were a lot of people that were slept on that did very good this week.
I mean,
A lot.
the Falcons are just good yearly, though. You just
Yeah.
kind of expect
You
them to be
expect them,
decent
yeah.
every year with Julio Jones and Matt Ryan, regardless of their defense.
They always have a decent chance to
Yeah.
win the game.
Right.
Yeah.
The Bills and Jets. Bills 17, Jets 16.
John Brown.
Pitt
20
State
points
made.
on fantasy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what
Pitt
a-
State.
What a shame. Like, I was talking mad shit on the Bills.
Yeah.
I was saying they had Cole Beasley and John Brown. But
But now John
But
Brown's
turns
probably
out
gonna be
maybe-
it turns out maybe John Brown is actually
John Brown's
a
the
number
real
one.
deal.
Yeah, he's
He's the real
legit.
He might
He just
be.
needed something to shine.
Le'Veon did all right. I think he combined for like 90 yards and a touchdown, which, I mean,
That's good.
Pretty good for the
coming
Jets.
back
I mean,
after
yeah.
a year.
I'm playing
After
for
an
the
entire
Jets.
year, yeah.
Yeah, and it is the Jets.
But that was
so-
another boring game.
You can
really.
only expect it to go up, like
It
the
was
amount of
close at the
carries he
end.
gets.
If he pulls an AB, maybe he can get signed to another team.
maybe.
He already held out last year.
He can still pull an AB.
Yeah, well, that game was interesting. Like John Brown, that really cool fucking touchdown to end it. That was probably
Yeah, that
the
was
coolest
dope.
part.
The
That's
next,
about it, though.
next game was an interdivisional matchup: the Eagles and Redskins. Eagles 32, Redskins 27.
I'm very happy about this because I picked up Deshaun Jackson off the waivers, and he carried
He
my
did very
team.
good.
He carried my team.
And
I
I'm
think-
very sad about it because I dropped Deshaun Jackson after picking him up on the waiver because I thought they had too many weapons.
The Redskins showed me a lot more than I expected in this game. As
Yeah,
far as
yeah,
I
I
thought they were gonna
agree.
get blown
competing.
out.
As far as competing,
They were up. They were up early too.
yeah,
The
like
Eagles
17
came back
to
and
like
won.
nothing, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something
yeah,
like
something
that.
like that. I thought it was a
Yeah.
But-
blowout, but then they came back, and yeah.
I'm super glad about that.
The Eagles still haven't figured out that tandem of running backs yet. Darren Sproles, Miles Sanders, and Jordan Howard.
I don't think they ever really will either. It'll be just like split
It'll be
backs.
committee.
the
I think
entire
it's
time,
I
yeah.
think it's smart to have split backs because then you just have a fresh back each time.
Oh yeah,
and a
it
special
definitely
play scheme.
is.
Well,
It
yeah.
definitely is.
It's good. that-
Fantasy players are going to hate it,
Oh yeah,
but in perspective of the team, it's definitely more beneficial.
It's
Right.
good to have a running back to change pace. Like if you have a speedy running back, not a hard hitting running back.
yeah. Eagles.
But
Eagles
Carson Wentz looked good too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on, the Rams beat the Panthers 30-27.
That was more of a surprise game for me. I thought the Rams were going to destroy the Panthers.
Yeah,
So
me
did
That's
too.
what I
I.
thought.
But Todd Gurley did not show up the first half of that game. I think he had
Christian
5 carries
McCaffrey
for
did.
8 yards.
Yeah, it just looked very sloppy in general for the Rams part.
Yeah.
I thought the entire game Jared Goff wasn't really finding a rhythm. Todd Gurley wasn't really finding a
Mhm.
rhythm till the end of the game. It just didn't look too well.
it
Christian
wasn't fluid.
Christian McCaffrey looked very good though.
Oh yeah,
Very,
they
very
did
good.
some play scheming with him.
I mean, he had 209 yards total and 2 touchdowns.
I also slept on Cam Newton, and he performed a lot better than I thought he
performed very
would.
well.
He played decently. He played decent.
I mean, he didn't throw a touchdown, but
yeah,
he had 239 yards and an interception, so I guess he didn't really have that good of a day.
yeah,
Better than I thought.
that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the next game?
The Chiefs and Jaguars. Chiefs
Fuck.
40, the Jaguars 26.
God damn it! I really thought the Jacksonville Jaguars, but
I really thought.
Nick Foles had to just go
Yeah.
break his fucking left
Hey,
clavicle.
don't sleep on Minshew, the backup
Hey.
quarterback.
I don't know how you could have gone with the Jags over the Chiefs in the first
Yeah.
place.
I don't
The
know,
Chiefs are
dude.
ballers, man.
Did I say the
thought
Jags?
No,
No, you said the Chiefs.
I think you were smart.
when I think that well, Tyreek Hill went out, and I was like,
You're
I have a
right.
chance. And then
But, yeah,
Pat
that
Mahomes
could've
was
been.
going on the sideline. I was like, well, shit, this could be closer than it is.
Yeah.
But
I
then,
thought the Madden curse was real happening for a second.
but then Jacksonville just decided to become boxers, UFC fighters, and just started punching
That was
every
funny.
Chiefs
That
player
was
they
funny,
could
yeah.
find. I swear, Jack got thrown out, and fucking one of the running back almost got thrown out. So
Sammy Watkins looked very good in that game. Almost
Sammy
200
Watkins
receiving
looked
yards and 3
crazy.
touchdowns. I didn't
Yeah,
start
and
him.
you sat him.
Yeah.
That sucks.
I knew he'd go off. I just not to that magnitude. Like I thought he'd be all right because last year he always kind of faced injuries, and the year before that he always faced injuries. But before that, he was always like a very good wide
Good
receiver.
wide
Yeah,
receiver.
like everyone was
Yeah.
looking at him as like he's gonna be like the next big thing. Like he's one of the
Especially
most
with Patty.
right. He's one of
Yeah.
the most athletic. One of the most athletic wide receivers there are. He's a big dude, big strong guy. So you figured when you get him healthy, he's just gonna be an animal. I expect nothing more than just that coming out of him, especially with Tyreek Hill being out.
Oh yeah.
We move on to another good matchup: the Chargers and the Colts. Chargers 30, Colts 24.
That was
Oh
a
my
fun
God.
game
that was
to watch.
a
Actually,
yeah, that was.
Jacoby Brissett
I'm just-
played a lot better than I thought he would, honestly.
Same.
I knew it. I knew he was gonna do it.
I hate Jacoby Brissett, but he
Breakout
this
player of the
game-
year.
I could honestly see him getting breakout player of the year if he keeps playing like this.
I'm just disappointed in the Chargers defense. I had him on my fantasy. I thought they would tear up the Colts with their second string QB coming in, and they got me like 2.
Yeah,
mean,
and
Hey,
there was
you
a-
said
I'm
Marlon
mad.
you said Marlon Mack's a sleeper, bro. You were right. He got
Yeah,
me
he
like he
is.
got me like 27
I've been
points.
on him
Ended up
since
starting
last
him.
year.
I
In
thought
the
it was a
last year.
sleeper too.
There was a lot of people that showed up in this.
He's
game.
Eckler too.
You know who?
Honestly,
Yeah.
You know who
egghead.
also showed up like really well? Adam Vinatieri.
Oh,
Oh yeah, he just costed
8-year-old
them the
kid.
yeah, he
game.
would have won the
It
game.
was
if he would've
7
even hit an
points.
extra point.
Yeah,
It's probably that arthritis, dude. He's getting up there. He's like 70
Yeah,
years
I,
old.
remember
think
them-
it's
I remember them
dementia.
Showing him, they showing him.
That's what I'm saying.
like he's old as
Doesn't
fuck,
know where he's
dude.
at.
He's been in the league
Yeah,
since
like-
like 1844.
One of the
Like
founders.
after he missed like 2 extra points and a field goal, they were just showing
Yeah, they
showing
were
him
showing him on the bench.
on the bench,
so
and he
sad.
just
Nobody
he
was
looked,
by him.
Yeah, he
Nobody was
looked.
talking to him.
Yeah, everyone like
Adam
just wanted to
Vinatieri,
kill him.
man.
I mean, all of his hair on his head is gray too. Like that dude needs to retire.
He needs to go to a home.
That was a good running back battle between Eckler and Mack.
Oh,
yeah.
Egghead showed up, 3
Egghead
touchdowns.
showed
Yeah, he
up.
did.
Showed up.
3
I don't know why you're trying to
touchdowns.
trade him away.
He's a
I
baller.
already traded him.
I
I'm
know.
getting Christian McCaffrey.
Veto.
I mean, that's a good trade, I guess.
Vito.
We're not vetoing him. He'll get mad.
Yeah.
Again.
Moving on, next game, Bengals and Seahawks. Seahawks barely get out
Oh
of
my
this one,
God.
21-20.
That game made me so nervous the whole time I was watching it because I was just like, really, Bengals? But our secondary sucks. But our D-line's
The
insane.
Bengals, the
Yeah.
Bengals looked pretty good that game.
Yeah, Andy Dalton.
John Ross looked
John
good.
Yeah.
Ross, who I just picked up off the
Andy
waivers.
Dalton threw for 400.
I was gonna pick him up
yards.
over you
Damn.
because I had higher priority, but I was like, no,
No.
I can't be that type
Somebody
of person.
picked up David, the Buffalo Bills split running back.
Oh,
I was gonna pick
Devin
up.
Singletary.
Yeah, he did pretty good. Somebody picked him up, but I don't really care.
Yeah, Logan picked up Marquise Brown whenever I was trying to pick him up off the waivers,
Ooh.
That's who I was gonna pick up.
and
too,
I
if
was
John Ross didn't
I
go
was
through.
pissed.
I was gonna get Deshaun Jackson off waivers in my other league, but a lower or a higher waiver priority picked it up before me.
Yeah.
So I'm just like,
That's what you hate to see, man.
Yeah,
Like
that's
when you have them on
terrible.
your waiver all week long, and then you wake up that morning of waivers going through. You check your fantasy. You're like, yeah, I got
I
him.
got a good
And then you
roster
check your roster, and then it's just instant heartbreak. Like you don't see him on the bench, and then next thing you do, you're like, all right, I'm going to the fucking teams, seeing who picked them up.
Yeah.
But Andy Dalton, John Ross had the connection.
I'm picking up
But
Andy
It
Dalton
wasn't enough to beat the
because
Seahawks. That
Chris
game.
Carson,
I
baby.
think DK Metcalf's going to be the breakout player of the year.
Well, you
over
did trade.
Jacoby
You
Brissett.
did trade Julian Edelman.
I
for
did.
him.
I traded Julian Edelman for him, which might
You
be
should've
a bad
waited.
move.
because
Well, I didn't know AB. Right as I traded him, I didn't know AB was caught with a rape charge.
That was
the Pats play the Dolphins this week.
Yeah, but like
You're
AB,
just getting-
I thought would
yeah.
caught a
destroy.
case.
But AB just caught a case right as I made the trade, so it's like, well, shit.
AB's been a lot of trouble for you.
Definitely.
It's been a bad
Yeah.
year
Just been
for
a bad
AB.
person.
Yeah,
Like,
he's
It's
a
a
piece of
roller
shit.
coaster of emotions for AB right now.
Fuck him.
fuck him.
Next game was interdivisional again. The Cowboys and the Giants. The Cowboys.
Them boys,
looked-
Zach.
How about them
boys.
Cowboys? Yeah,
I mean, they looked good.
They looked
Those against
really
the Giants, like
give
The
them
Giants
credit
D.
where credit is due.
I did.
It was a
I
good
said
win.
I said they
looked
looked
good.
good.
really
They
good.
looked
I'm with
good.
Zach on this one. They looked
Regardless
really good.
of who they played, you can't control who you play. You just got to go out there and play.
No, I said they
So
looked good.
they scored on five offensive drives in a row. Just score,
Crazy.
score. Touchdown
On the
touchdown.
On the Giants.
on the Giants. Yeah.
No turnovers in between.
Nope.
Oh
They had-
my.
They got the ball. They
God.
got the ball in the first drive, and they punted it away. And then
Uh-huh.
then the Giants came down the field and scored.
Right.
And then the Cowboys were down 7-0. So then we're like, oh shit! Like I thought that
Are the Giants here to play?
yeah, it's like
yeah.
oh shit. But then they just came and every offensive drive just scored a touchdown.
Yeah.
Damn.
It was it was a crazy game.
Dak threw
All three of
400
their-
yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yeah, all three of the
Baller.
wideouts did good.
I had him on my
Zeke was
bench
rusty.
too. I literally had Dak on my starting roster for fantasy for like a week and a half right after we made picks. But then like the day of, I put him out for Matt Ryan because I just got cold feet
Oh,
and I fucked up.
Damn.
Michael
didn't
Gallup.
he have a perfect passer rating?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Michael Gallup looked very good. 158 receiving yards.
Oh yeah, dude's
Amari, baby.
gonna be really good.
Amari did good.
And Saquon did what he's gonna do. 11 carries.
Yeah,
for
he
120
was
yards.
he was gash, and I'm like, I was very worried. I'm so glad they didn't overfeed Saquon.
They
wanna-
almost did.
They wanted to just
They
yeah.
should have.
I
No,
feel like
should've.
I feel like they're looking at it as the year of like they're not doing shit. Why are we gonna waste carries with this
Yeah.
fucking
Probably
stud?
just rebuilding still.
Yeah, exactly. They're rebuilding still, so they're not gonna want to overcarry with Saquon, especially on a game like that where they already know they're gonna lose.
Mm-hmm.
Like they could have got another touchdown. They could have got a couple more first downs with Saquon, but they didn't want to overcarry him.
That's true. I
That's
hope
smart.
Daniel
That's
Jones
a smart
starts.
move.
I actually hope Daniel Jones starts because that'll be better for
Oh,
the
yeah.
Giants, I think.
Next game was kind of a disappointment and a tie. The Lions and Cardinals.
Oh, man.
27-27.
I
Hey.
really thought the Cardinals were gonna come back, dude.
I thought so too. Because when I first opened my fantasy, I was working. I saw Kyler Murray had like negative 0.5 points, and I was like,
Yeah.
damn, what a
He
disappointment.
started off
Mhm.
terrible.
He started
And
off
then
bad.
later on in the night, I checked my phone. The game's tied up. It's going to OT. Kyler Murray's got like 25 points. I'm just like, holy shit.
Yeah, he could
He's
do
just
something.
He's a sleeper. He just needed to wake up a little bit. You know?
I
But
don't know
then
what
he
he was
choked.
doing.
Then he choked in the last drive.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stafford looked very good. 385
Yeah,
yards,
he
3
did.
touchdowns.
He did look good.
The Lions are always like decent.
Yeah.
They're always that team that could upset you. Like no
Yeah.
matter what week it is, they could beat you.
Don't sleep on the Lions.
I had them winning over the Cardinals, but
I did too.
Don't sleep
but
on David Johnson. He got more points than fucking Saquon.
They fed him 18 carries though. Saquon only got 11 carries,
Really?
and Saquon had,
No.
had like 10.1 yards per carry.
Yeah.
Oh my
he,
God.
he was gash in the Cowboys D line.
Gee.
But
my
the-
God.
The Cowboys have like 2 starters suspended right now.
Oh.
Oh.
The next game was the 49ers and Buccaneers. 49ers winning 31-17.
I
Jameis
mean-
Winston looking terrible as always.
As always, I don't get why people are hyping him up this year. So
I would never hype him up.
I don't know how
Against
he's.
the Bucks.
Yeah, I don't know how he
Well-
still starts as a quarterback.
Yeah.
Like, how has he found a job
They
as a
shouldn't have
starter.
traded away Fitzpatrick.
Pick up Colin Kaepernick.
He ran the Bucks better than
Pick
Winston
up Colin Kaepernick.
Yeah, get Colin Kaepernick on that
they've
team.
definitely blacklisted Colin Kaepernick. If we're being honest, like he's
From the
he's
NFL,
better.
yeah.
Yeah, he's better than so many of these quarterbacks we're seeing, like backup quarterbacks.
Well, and,
You're telling me that Colin Kaepernick isn't good enough to be a backup quarterback somewhere, a third stringer?
and with Jameis Winston, it seems like he'll throw a touchdown, but he'll throw 2 picks along with it. Or
Oh,
he'll
yeah.
throw 2 touchdowns and 3 picks.
One
Yeah.
step forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah, it's always something with Jameis Winston.
Boring game, I thought.
George Kittle was hyped up and only got 54 receiving yards. Didn't do
I think
much.
he was just hyped up because of the fact that last year they had an injured quarterback, and so
and they throw right to the tight end every time.
the backup QBs just love throwing to the tight
Yeah.
end. It's just an easy route to throw to.
The real question is, how does Jameis Winston do so bad to let the 49ers defense get 30 points on fantasy?
Yeah, I have no idea.
No idea.
I
They had
consider
2 defensive touchdowns.
I consider the 49ers, the Bucks, and the Dolphins all on the very low tier. The worst of the worst.
Yeah.
I think the
And
49ers,
the
could be all
49ers,
right.
the 49ers
They
still
can
turned
show
up
out.
like
The
that.
the 49ers have Jimmy G and a bunch of washed up players.
Eh.
I think they'll be all right.
Kinda.
I think they'll
I
finish
think
like
they'll be
7 and
better.
9.
Richard Sherman, he got
6
a
and
pick
10.
6. He's washed up as fuck.
Well, Jameis Winston does suck. So
Yeah, he does.
what's the next game?
Tom Brady started off his 20th season looking very good in a boring Sunday night game.
A
where
blowout.
The Patriots
I'm
beat the
surprised
Steelers
about that
33-3.
I thought the Steelers would have put up a better
Yeah,
fight.
I had the Steelers
Yeah,
in that
At
game.
least a little bit of a fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
Like,
what in the world?
Fuck.
I thought they were gonna have. I thought it was gonna be an offensive battle. Like I
So did
thought
I.
Big Ben
That's
was
what I
gonna
thought.
go off.
Juju.
Yep.
But the play calling on the offensive side of the Steelers was the worst play calling I've ever seen.
Oh yeah.
They did a quick pitch run on a 4th and 2.
There was so many bad play calls.
What the
And
hell?
There was so many bad play
Just
calls
fucking
this week.
smash it.
Yeah,
I don't think the Steelers just can't beat the Patriots.
Yeah.
They just left Edelman open across the middle every time.
They had a lot of
It
targets.
seems
I
like-
thought.
It seems like Edelman's always open. Down the
Yeah,
middle
I
of the
don't
field.
know
Down
how.
the middle of the field, he's always open. Just
You'd think
There's-
somebody would learn to cover him,
yeah.
but nobody has.
That's the thing. They can't. That's why he's always open. He cannot be covered. He's an octopus. He has 8 legs. They don't know which way to
He's
tell
a short
running.
octopus, but a good octopus.
Moving to the Monday night games, the early game was a thriller.
Oh
The Saints winning on a
my
last-second
God.
field goal,
That
30-28.
was awesome. To
Wasn't
watch.
it a
Texans,
58
58-yard field goal.
Yeah.
Will Lutz.
That was crazy.
My
That was
kicker.
insane.
I was shocked. Like
And it all
We're-
happened in the 4th quarter, like at 8
Yeah.
minutes left. Like that's
Yeah.
when it all happened.
we were watching the game in our living room, and there was like 30 seconds left, and they scored, and then it was Saints
Texans
ball.
scored,
Yeah, the
yeah.
Texans scored, so I was sitting there thinking, all right, it's a dub.
So they go up
30
28
seconds.
So yeah,
27,
so I went to the gas station,
like 40
I
seconds
come
left,
back,
36.
and you guys are sitting there saying, "Bro, they won.
Yeah, the
They
Saints.
came. They drove down the field and they kicked the field goal, 58-yarder. They won."
Well,
And I'm just like, "What
What?
the hell?"
And the-
Like,
I feel like the Texans
Drew Brees,
they
baby.
ran prevent defense, and
Yeah.
they ran prevent defense when Drew Brees needed to get 7 yards to get into field goal range, and it was just not a smart move because it's easy to get 7 or 8 yards on prevent defense
Yeah.
when your guys are all 20 yards back.
and you feel like the Texans' defense is better. Like,
Yeah.
they sit there and like, surely they're motivated at some point. Like, they watch their team go down there and score like that to get them in the lead. Like, do they not have the motivation just to like
Close it
stop
out.
them? Yeah,
Yeah.
just
30
close.
seconds.
Yeah,
30
close out the
seconds.
game. Just close it. You have J.J. Watt. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
But the Saints defense had 6 sacks that game, but that is because Houston's O-line is a
Yeah,
bunch of trash.
Yeah.
Houston's O-line is hot ass.
It's bad.
Yeah, I was watching the game. It was crazy because on that last drive, Drew Brees threw like a 40-yard catch or some shit. He had to spike the ball. There's an incomplete pass
Yeah.
here and there,
Yeah.
stopping the clock. And I was like,
Which-
when are they going to use their timeout? Like, there's like
That's
11
what I thought,
seconds
too.
left.
No, I think that was smart.
It
'cause
was smart, but like at the time, I was like, you have
with
Yes.
you
with
have
yes.
to be fast.
Well, yeah, you got to be
Looking
fast,
back
but
at
with
it, it
but
was
with
really
not
smart.
using your timeout, you don't have to throw the sideline. You can use the middle of the field. You can use anywhere, and then just
True.
call the timeout and get in field goal. Because
But it's the fact that it was 6 seconds left.
Right.
So they had to do
Yes.
1, 2, and then pass and then drop
Yeah.
timeout. Like
It was-
right away. And they
But
did
it
it,
was
though.
crazy.
yeah, they did it. But like if they call timeout earlier, the Texans know they have to go to the sideline, so they just you guard the sideline.
Yep.
You know? and
And then
Um,
58-yard.
Crazy.
moving on to the
Puts
last
them
game
out.
of the week, the Raiders and Broncos. Raiders winning 24-16
Without AB.
without
Good
AB.
for the Raiders.
Tyrell
Good for the
Williams
Raiders.
stepped up.
Josh Jacob stepped up.
Oh, yeah.
did.
Josh Jacobs played really good. I thought Derek Carr threw the ball really, really well. He was looking like a very mature quarterback. I put him in the range of, like, third tier. But after seeing last night's performance, he's definitely been like that. Yeah, he's looking like that quarterback he was a couple years ago whenever he was arguably for the MVP. So.
Yeah.
He's looking really good. I'm glad for him. I'm happy for him, especially with all the shit that's been going on with AB,
Yeah.
Like, for them to get a win without him. Like, everyone's
looks
saying...
like they're moving past.
Yeah, like, everyone's saying, you need AB. You need AB to do this. They
Right.
don't
They
need AB,
don't.
obviously.
And
They
Tyrell
made
Williams
that- they
stepped
made
up
that
in his
obvious.
place and made some big plays.
Oh, yeah.
Had a touchdown catch on the opening drive or early drive.
Yeah.
And just put him in the lead.
And the Broncos with Joe Flacco.
Yeah,
No,
Joe...
no.
Yeah.
Flacco's a no-no.
Yeah,
Flacco's
Flacco
just-
is a no-no.
Yeah. I don't like that quarterback.
I felt like he was good maybe, like, 30 years ago. But, at some point in time, he got to retire,
Super
right?
Bowl
Like,
one.
Emmanuel Sanders did good, too. Had a good game. That's it for week one.
That's it for
recap.
week one recap. I mean, Zeke had a contract extension. Could talk about that. Jared
Highest
Goff.
paid,
Hell yeah.
highest paid running back in the NFL.
highest paid in both the guaranteed and the actual amount. So
Jeez.
I called it. I knew he was going to get signed. I knew he was not going to hold out any weeks. Jerry Jones is a mastermind manipulator. He knows how to get deals done. He's a businessman.
Jerry Jones is an idiot.
I mean, he did get Zeke.
He freed up.
But he says some stupid stuff.
He signed Leo Collins to a contract extension that freed up $5 million of cap space to where he could add it on to the guaranteed amount for Zeke.
Yeah.
But he does say some stupid
Does he
stuff.
still have enough cap
Oh, yeah,
space
he
for
said
Dak
some-
and Amari?
Oh,
If
yeah.
I was that
There's
rich,
so
I would
much,
stay
bro.
some-
There's so much. Dak's going to get the top paid quarterback in the league. I'm calling it right now.
You
He's
think
going to
top paid in the league.
I don't
Yes,
know.
he's
does
getting.
not
He's
deserve
getting.
top paid in the league.
He's getting. I'm not saying what he deserves. I'm saying what he's going to get. He's going to get more guaranteed money than Jared Goff will. I guarantee it. I guarantee he'll be the highest paid quarterback, especially if they keep winning and he keeps turning down these other contracts.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Literally, he
Jared
just
Goff,
runs it up. Don't they
Jared
play
Goff
the
got
Redskins
paid.
next?
Jared Goff
He's-
got paid.
Yeah,
Like, didn't he get the highest?
yeah, that's what I'm saying, and
Yeah, he
especially with
recently,
Jared.
like,
Yeah,
a
especially
week ago, or a week and a
especially
half
with
ago.
Jared Goff got to a 4-year, $110 million contract or it was $134 million with 110 guaranteed. That's what it was.
pretty solid.
And then he
That is solid, but
lackluster.
I feel Dak's gonna get more just because of the fact that they've been underpaying him for years. He
Yeah.
kind of saved the franchise from getting taken off TV.
And who do they play this week? The Redskins.
The Redskins.
So he's about to.
It'll be a
He's
close
gonna
game.
ball.
It's gonna be
Could
another.
be a close
it's-
game.
It's gonna be
It-
another
it
field day.
could
for
The
be.
Redskins
Cowboys.
are better than the Giants.
Don't
From
They're-
what we've seen.
the
They're better than the
Redskins-
Giants.
The Redskins gave
but
the Eagles a run for their money.
I feel like
The Eagles are overrated.
I'm
Week
pretty sure you
one's
said something
always
about
hard
the
to
Eagles could
determine.
win the division.
They're
have the
stacked.
Best, they have the
I-
best
Their
depth
lines
chart.
their depth chart's stacked, but the Cowboys are better. I've always told you the Cowboys are going to the Super Bowl this year.
Well, you said that every year.
Honestly,
I didn't
like,
say it
every,
last
every
year.
year,
I didn't
every
say it
year you
last
say
year.
it's the Cowboys' year.
I'm with Zach on this one. I feel like the Cowboys are gonna have another field day. I feel like Dak's just warming up. They got a new offensive coordinator.
And Zeke didn't really even show out against the
No,
Giants,
they
so
did.
that's
Yeah,
a
they
different
did.
element.
they blew their ass out without Zeke.
And the Giants,
Everyone was
the
saying.
Giants aren't a
Everyone was
shitty
saying
team.
do it without Zeke. Win a game without the run game, and Dak did that. He took the game over. He showed Zeke, hey, you're gonna play like shit. You have all that rust on you. Don't worry, dude. I'll carry you. And he put the team on his back. Like he's a baller. I don't know why people sleep on him. He's a
I'll
champion.
continue to sleep on.
You can
Dak
sleep on
Prescott.
him all you want, but once he has that ring on his finger,
He's looking
got the-
better.
He won't have the ring.
The
on his
biggest
finger.
contract. I have a feeling he'll probably get.
They
one of
won't
the
be able to
highest
make
paid
it through the
contracts.
NFC. The Saints are better than them.
you want to put like money on
Rams are
that,
better.
or you want to make a bet on it right here on the podcast so like everyone can hear it.
What's the bet?
I don't know. I was thinking maybe like you shave your eyebrows or $30.
Not-
like
not
maybe
shaving,
how about
something
$100? I'll put
tattoo?
I'll put $100. Yeah,
A Cowboys
Cowboys
tattoo.
tat on your ass. I'll pay for it.
No, thank you.
Not
Cowboy
big.
star.
Not big,
just
just
a little
don't-
star.
I don't want.
So
that.
you have faith in him.
I don't want that.
So you have faith in him.
He understands the concept that they could be the shit he just wants to talk that ish.
I think they could
Like
be
there's
the
there's
shit.
there's a
I think
chance
they
that they
could.
won the Super Bowl, but the chance is slim. But I don't want to take that chance.
Exactly. So you're over there just blabbing without confidence. You have no confidence in what you're saying. You just want to talk shit.
No,
I'm
I
sitting
do have
I'm
confidence.
sitting here saying with complete and utter confidence,
And even if they made the Super Bowl, they would get their ass beat by the Patriots.
the Patriots are definitely making the Super Bowl on the
If
AFC
AB
side.
stays.
But I don't know about that.
You
Because
guys would get
because if you think about
blasted.
if you think about it though, the Cowboys do play the Patriots this year on the schedule, and the Patriots are probably going to win that game. So if they play them again in the Super Bowl, it's only right for them to come back and win the next game.
okay.
All right. Well, AB is caught with a sexual assault case and a rape case
He's
as
a
well.
disgrace.
I'm tired of hearing about all this AB bullshit,
Yeah.
man.
Just
Honestly, dude, take
I
a
don't
year
even
off. Figure out what the fuck's going on in your head.
Don't even take a year off.
Actually, just retire. Yeah, just retire.
Yeah.
It's fucking over, dude. You got a rape case.
I don't get how he goes through 8 or 9 years in the NFL being easily the best wide receiver, arguably some of the best wide
Arguably.
receiver that they've ever seen.
He's
Yeah.
had over 1,000
Like
yards
the GOAT,
each
yeah.
season.
And for him to do this, like in the later ends of his career, like the last 5 years, just to, I don't know, kind of like ruin his name, just piss it
He
away.
got too big-headed. I think.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
I feel like his true colors finally came out. Like he was kind of
The way
hiding.
he's been acting.
Yeah, he was
just to get
hiding
out
it
of the
for some
Raiders.
time. He was hiding it for some time, but it's finally, the inevitable's finally shown.
Yeah.
Everyone's seen who he really is.
Yeah.
He's just
Crybaby.
a selfish player.
Very
He cares
selfish.
about nothing other than
You
himself.
should be
True.
embarrassed.
If I was playing on a team with him, I would not have his back.
And like, look, the
No.
Raiders won. The Raiders did good. So like,
Yep.
he'd have been fine if he just stayed there. But something about the Raiders, he just
And
wasn't feeling it.
another thing to get clear, I feel like a lot of
Wonder
people are
Man.
saying that he did that on purpose.
Yeah.
To leave the Raiders on purpose.
think it
I'm calling
was.
bullshit.
I think
No,
it
he
was.
didn't.
Well,
I
that's
don't think it
bullshit.
was.
That's
You
bullshit.
think it was just his
It's
fucking
not,
mind?
no,
he's not
it's
smart
report-
enough to orchestrate.
It
that.
wasn't.
You're probably right.
So what?
I think
So what
he did.
happened?
I think he did.
What happened was, he had gotten into that argument with Mike Hyatt, the GM,
Mike
and
Mayock.
Mike Mayock, the GM, and then they got into an argument. He called him a cracker, and all and all this other
Cracker.
and all this other things, and then. The next day, once he heard that they were talking about suspending him and
And they
voiding
fined
his
him?
contract, he made an apology towards the team. Like he went in front of the entire
Emotional
he
thing.
went in front of the entire team, basically in tears,
Oh yeah.
saying about how sorry he was and this and that. And then hours later, he got a call saying that they were gonna fine him all this money. So then once he found out that they were gonna fine him and void his guaranteed money that he got for his contract, that's whenever he called that social media worker to try and figure out a way to get out of
To
that,
Get released
The Raiders.
faster.
to get released faster to where he could start playing the season again. But
Yeah.
Dude,
as
fuck
far
him.
as that, yeah,
He
he
wants to
he
check.
definitely wanted to stay in Oakland. But I mean, I guess it could work out better for him considering that the Patriots are a better contender team at winning the Super Bowl. But he's not. He's
But
losing
now he
half
just
the
looks,
amount of
now
money.
he just looks
He
like
looks
a, like
bad
a, yeah, he
now.
just
Yeah.
looks terrible. He looks like a
Yeah.
disgrace and
He's a
embarrassment. for
clown.
his
Right
His
sport.
now,
reputation is.
He is a
tainted.
clown.
If I was the coach, if I was Bill Belichick, I would just be like, dude, you better explain yourself right now.
Yeah, he's on thin ice.
'Cause that is a serious fucking allegation.
Oh yeah, and I feel like I don't know the Patriots with that type of stuff.
Hold
I
up.
feel like they don't.
Right
Go
here,
over.
Right here it says Antonio Brown wearing number 1 jersey is practicing Wednesday with the Patriots.
dude.
Number one.
Number 1 jersey. Like
What
I
a
mean, this is just the
narcissist.
number 1. And then Bill Belichick refuses to answer questions about Antonio Brown.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was gonna say. The Patriots are the type of organization that don't really say anything about that type of stuff. They
Yeah.
usually just kind of let it go through, like let the NFL do what they got to do, and then
Right.
they handle it
Yeah.
how it needs to be handled. But
Kind of like the owner.
Yeah, like that, like stuff like that. I feel like
Like
it
what?
shouldn't be publicized.
The owner of the
'Cause it's
Patriots.
just-
Yeah,
it's just
Rob
gonna-
Kraft.
Robert Kraft.
got the
like-
handy in Florida.
Cases like that.
Dope.
Cases like that. Even if the suspect is innocent, having that kind of publicity kind of taints their reputation.
Oh yeah, even
So even if
regardless.
AB's
Yeah, even if
innocent,
you're
they're gonna be like,
accused.
"Oh, look at him! He was an accused rapist." Blah 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 blah. So I think Bill
Like
Belichick's
Big Ben.
smart.
Like
Like
Sean
Big
Oakman
Ben.
from
Holy shit.
Maybe it's something in
Sean
the water in
Oakman.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't know.
So what?
Something in the water makes
Big
people
Ben,
rape.
AB.
Yeah.
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 I don't know, dude.
Maybe it was Big Ben and AB.
Maybe they raped each other.
Maybe it's
Just
just
found the second
maybe,
suspect.
Maybe it's just the fact that they got away with so much shit in Pittsburgh. Like they could basically do whatever the hell they wanted. Like AB was throwing all these fits in Pittsburgh, and they were letting him get off the hook with all of it. So maybe they just kind of got, I don't know,
He needs
a big head.
He needs a hard ass coach to set him straight.
And Bill Belichick
Bill
is a
Belichick
hard
is the
ass.
one.
Yeah, I feel like Bill Belichick's just gonna kind of like lay down the line with them. Just be like, hey, this is how it's gonna go. And if it doesn't go this way, you're getting released, dude.
Yeah.
And then after that, if he gets dropped from the Patriots, who else is going to pick him up?
A bunch of different teams.
But will
You
they
think
deal with his
so?
bullshit?
I feel like a lot of teams in the NFL are desperate enough to pick up someone
Yeah.
his caliber, but
Especially the Chiefs after losing Tyreek
like
Hill.
I never thought that they should have. I never thought that they should have gotten picked up by the. He should have got picked up by the Patriots.
Yeah.
I think that the NFL should have
Superpowers.
did something and just been like, all right, dude, you're throwing a fit. You're making the NFL look stupid on its 100th year. Like, think about that.
Right.
This year's supposed to be special for the NFL.
history.
So far, it has
It's
been.
it's literally history, and then everyone's just disregarding the fact that it's their 100th season and just paying attention to the fact that AB's a fucking
Yeah,
idiot.
he's getting all the spotlight.
So I mean, I think that's just what he wants, though. He just wants the spotlight.
He does.
He wants the clout.
Definitely.
All right. Yeah.
Um,
Enough.
About the countdown to Egghead.
Yeah. Countdown to Egghead. Enough with this AB talk. I'm getting sad.
The points after week one.
The points after week one.
Zach and Caleb lead with 11 points, 11 games right.
Gang, gang.
And
Yes,
me and
sir.
PJ sit tied for
10.
tied for third at 10 points each.
Oh yeah, baby. Lord knows I'm not getting my head shaved.
Me either.
What if we tie in
These
the
lovely
end?
locks.
Do we
If-
both shave our heads, or do we just
Yeah.
like shave half of our head?
Ooh. I'd
I'd
say
say shave half.
I say if it's like a tie, we should like dye the hair.
I'll dye my hair
If it's
anytime.
Because I feel like it's not as crude, but we don't need two bald
You don't need two
dudes.
baldies.
Yeah, I feel like
not two old men.
I feel like that makes it not as fun when there's two
Yeah,
eggheads.
yeah,
But
there can only be one.
yeah,
Can
there's
only
only
be
the
one
one,
egghead.
the one that
The
gets
chosen
the one that
one.
has to stand out. Like he doesn't get a groupie with him. You don't get
Yeah.
no groupie. You have to stand
you don't
out.
get another egghead.
I don't want to. I don't want to have to wear a beanie. I don't want to go bald and have to wear a beanie.
I'd rock
it
it for
actually
at least
sucks
a couple
for me
weeks.
too, because I have choir, and so I would have to like be bald during my performances. They'd be like, "What the
And I-
fuck?"
Yeah, I'd be bald at the basketball games.
Yeah, I'd just get like a wig, like some dreads or like an orange wig, something that looks funny,
Just cheesy.
and just
as fuck.
just rock it for a few months. Like
feel
fuck
that.
it.
I feel that.
That and a hat.
But we're for sure doing the egghead thing.
Oh yeah, it's
if-
such a good
if
idea.
There is one
Yeah.
loser. It is a funny idea, and
It
I am
is-
about it.
Everyone's about it, but Schuyler.
No, like I'm about it, but it's like
If Schuyler loses,
It's
he will be
like-
upset for a while.
I feel like all you people want to see Schuyler lose, though.
I think so too.
It'd be so funny.
if I go
Yeah.
bald,
It'd be so funny to see this guy go
it's not just the
bald.
fact that I go bald. It's the fact that I go into a depression.
Yeah, it's not the boldness; it's the depression that comes with it,
Walking around campus with my bald head.
dude. You could just wait.
People looking at me like, look at that.
Yeah, you would
baldy.
get a lot of looks, most definitely, especially since like it's not like we're doing
Well,
like
I
some
think-
buzz. It's like shiny.
clean shaven, like
yeah.
bowling ball.
Yeah,
Yeah,
We
like-
can make you
like
wear.
it's-
We can make you wear a shirt that's saying
like a waxed
I
head.
lost.
Yeah,
NFL predictions.
You're pretty much a walking advertisement for our podcast. Think about it that way.
Yeah.
If you do lose, I'm not saying you will.
We should put the loser's head on a shirt. Make that
While
shirt.
they're wearing it,
just,
just make that
just
shirt.
no, just make the shirt as like
Like their
merch,
bald head?
like merch. Yeah, just their
Yeah,
bald
yeah,
head
yeah,
as
yeah.
merch. I'm super down for that.
It's just like an angry
I'm with it.
face.
I'm with it.
Yeah, if my head
an
was
angry
bald,
egg.
I'd like it on some merch. I mean, might as well.
It'd be funny.
I mean, yeah. That's the first time any of us would be bald.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been bald before in my life.
I
Even
have
as a
never-
baby, like I
have-
had like little fuzz,
Yeah.
like little brown hair on me.
I'd have less hair than my dad. My dad's 63 years old.
mean,
So-
yeah.
I wonder what Gordy would think if he saw your bald head.
He'd probably laugh his ass off.
He'd be dead.
He'd probably
dead,
laugh,
dead.
but
What's
I
going
talked-
on, Junior?
I talked to him about the other day. And he said,
Junior?
would your hair grow back? I said, I hope it does.
Dude, if I shave my
If my hair, like if the hair doesn't grow back, then
dude, I'm taking
What would you
growth hair shit.
Yeah,
Like,
it
one
for
time
sure-
if I get bald.
It for sure grows back,
I
but
think it grows back.
everyone always just worries like it'll never grow back. Think about it, bro.
It grows back.
Think about how many times you have to like shave your face, and you're sitting there
How often
begging
you
like,
get haircuts?
yeah.
me,
Yeah.
maybe every couple months.
Well,
Hmm.
you're a mop head, but
Okay, I used to be a mop head. It doesn't grow out that long.
when I'd keep
It used to be a
when
I
I'd
used to be
keep
a
the
mop
fade
head.
looking straight, it'd be like every couple weeks.
I might get a mullet.
Yuck.
Oof. I never-
Not just some trailer park mullet. Like I'm
Okay,
talking
but-
like taper fade the sides and then mullet.
But when I think about mullet,
Yuck.
I think of a trailer park. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get it.
When I went to
And then
the
if it looks bad, obviously the rest can get.
when I went to the state fair, when I went to
the
the state fair this weekend, I saw a bunch of mullet men. It didn't look. I didn't like it, man.
Yeah, around
Well,
this
you haven't
time,
seen me with the mullet.
around this part of town. It's just like a lot of mullets. Around
Yeah,
this
dude, it
part.
was like a bunch of Kansas State alumni there, just agriculture.
Yeah.
Bunch of
farming.
country
Yeah, a bunch of
boys.
country boys, country women.
Country.
Get the dip in.
That was the biggest fair I've ever been to in my life, for sure.
I
was
didn't go to
huge.
the fair, and I really wanted to because I just love the atmosphere of the fair.
Dude,
Yeah.
it
It's
was
alright.
huge. They had Billy Currington play there.
Billy Currington.
Yeah, he was like some country artist who
He's
made some.
country.
He-
God is great.
He's not
Beer
like
is good.
yeah,
That song,
yes.
People
Is
are crazy.
that really
People,
his-
yeah, that's one of his
I
songs.
love that
Yes,
song.
yes,
It's a really good song.
that's one of his songs.
People are
He actually played
crazy.
that, but he had another
I've seen
song
him.
called like. Oh, it was like finer no random
Good
things.
Directions.
Good directions. That's
a
what it
good
was.
song.
Yeah, he actually didn't play it at first. He went out there for like an hour and a half, didn't sing it at all, and then was like, "Yeah, thank you. You guys have a good night." And then went off, and then everyone sat there for like 10 minutes just chanting, "Billy, Billy, Billy." So he comes back up on the stage and he's like, "Y'all want to rock some more?" And then like everyone went crazy, and he ended up singing that as like his final song, and it was
That's
good.
a good song.
Yeah, it is. It definitely made me like country a lot more just going to that.
I wish
Yeah.
I went to the fair, man.
It was only $20 for the ticket too.
Really?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
pretty cheap.
Should have went. Well, on to our week 2 predictions of the NFL games. I think this is going to be a very fun week because there's a
It'll
lot of
be-
intense games.
It'll be a very interesting week of
This will
football.
be an interesting week.
interesting week.
I'm putting my money on the Dolphins.
When they have no team on defense and all,
All
their
their
players
players
are
are getting
traded,
traded away.
Yeah.
The first game is the Buccaneers and Panthers.
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 I'm gonna have to be boring and go with the Panthers here.
No, I mean,
it's kind of hard to go
Jameis
against.
Winston.
Yeah.
It's hard to go with Jameis.
Yeah,
Winston.
like
Christian McCaffrey too. Like, let's talk about
yeah,
him.
Christian
He
McCaffrey
went
is
off
a
against
baller.
the Rams
Absolutely
defense.
crazy.
Yeah.
The
I mean,
dude's
that
an
dude's just.
animal.
That dude's just.
So if he stays healthy, he's performing like that all
he's
year.
he's
Oh,
good
yeah.
at running and catching out of the backfield. He's very good at both of
I
those.
think he'll be the best fantasy running back.
He could be.
The only time he won't perform will be if they're playing some shitty defense and they want Cam Newton to throw the ball a lot.
Yeah, probably.
he'll still
but even
perform
then,
20 plus
even
points.
then, he can catch balls.
Yeah, he's
it's
so
crazy.
good at
Yeah,
catching out of the
that's true.
backfield.
Yeah, that's
He's a dual threat.
He'll get more yards
There-
out of the backfield catching the ball than he will just rushing it.
There was one
Yeah.
rushing touchdown this week. Oh my God, he literally did like one arm push up to get in the end zone. He was dragged down by 2 people, and one arm was out, and he just fist
Yeah.
like a fist too,
Just
right
put the
on
fist in the
a
ground.
fist in the ground, and that's how he was standing up, and he just ripped the ball
Oh my
over the goal.
gosh.
He looked like, I don't know, a gorilla. He just
Superman.
looked amazing, a superhero.
Yes.
Just crawling.
What
in
an
the end zone
animal.
with 4 people.
It
on his
freaked me
legs.
out, honestly. I was scared.
I would not want to meet that dude face to face in an alley.
Yeah, but we're all going Panthers.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Easy
that's
pick.
no big surprise here.
Next game is the battle of young quarterbacks: Lamar Jackson and Kyler Murray. Cardinals and Ravens.
I'm gonna have to go with the Ravens.
I'm going with the
The
Ravens.
Cardinals look so inconsistent up until that point, and the Ravens just look so
Ravens
good
just
the
look
entire
so
good
time.
this
dominant.
season.
Yeah, just the entire
Yeah.
game, they just looked like they were winning it. Like I just thought from like the get go, like, oh, they're winning it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I know Kyler started to wake up in the second half, but he's playing the Ravens defense, and they're notoriously good. They've been notoriously good since
Right.
Ray Lewis, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Ray Lewis and Ed Reed. But
that's an easy pick for all of us. I say after that destroying of the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Destroying.
they got good momentum.
It's
going
the
this week.
Dolphins though, but
It was the Dolphins.
I mean,
Still
it
beat them
should
that
be
badly.
it still should
59
be
to
a-
10. That's
It's still-
like a.
it's an- It's an NFL team. Those are NFL athletes that are grown men
What was it?
getting their ass whooped like that.
It was 42-0.
I'd probably cry.
Sheesh.
Regardless of what team they are, they're still grown men that
They're
are
grown
NFL
men.
players. So there's always a
Right,
chance of upset.
they're in the pros.
Right, they're all pros. Every single one of them, whether they're a third stringer or a first stringer, they're a pro.
They're a pro.
They're a pro.
I think it's the coaching.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's definitely a huge factor on all of it. It's just the coaching.
Where's Ricky Williams when you need him the most?
He's probably doing like math right now.
Meth.
Yeah, that dude was hard on the drugs back in
Oh, I
college.
didn't know that.
That's actually how his
Just
NFL
think about
career.
Miami back in the day.
Oh, true.
Yeah, that's how it ended though. He was balling in Miami, then he got caught doing drugs a few times, then just
Damn.
pissed away his career. Yep.
Kind of like a Josh
Hey.
Gordon, but Josh Gordon's kind of
Yep.
having to come back though. So.
Still known to this day.
I don't think he's gonna come back really. I feel like he'll probably come back for like half the season, and then some other bullshit will happen. Or he'll say like, "My mind's not right." In reality, he just wants to snort a couple lines of cocaine.
Ricky Williams, though, still known to this day as an NFL street legend.
NFL
He is
street.
the
NFL street legend.
And he was like, wasn't he like the best running back in college history?
Arguably, yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you could look at Ladainian Tomlinson and Adrian Peterson.
I think
but
he played at Texas, right?
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure.
Was it?
Ricky
I mean, I could
Williams-
look it up
Ricky
real
Williams
quick,
played for
but-
Texas. I'm almost certain, but
Wait, did he play for the U? You said he was born in Miami,
Yeah,
right?
Texas, University of Texas.
yeah, he was an animal.
Yeah, he did play for Texas.
He was
right?
an animal. I just remember watching him when I was a kid.
I mean, just looking at running backs in their college days is fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they're not going up against the best defenses, so you get to see a lot of highlights.
But if I have to go Cardinals Ravens is definitely
Ravens all the way.
Yeah,
Ravens
it's
all the
easy.
way.
Next game, Cowboys and Redskins.
This
I mean,
is
I know who
easy.
Zach's
Zach,
going
Zach,
with.
are you gonna
like-
go with the Redskins? On this
I'm
one?
I'm going with the Cowboys each week. I don't care who they play.
I'm with you there until I don't know.
Till
I
New
don't know what
England.
their schedule looks like. Yeah, I'll
Probably
probably
till
go
the
with the
Towards-
Pats.
Patriots.
they
yeah.
they have like a
Depends
rough
on how they look.
they
until
have like
the
a rough
Patriots.
schedule towards like the middle end of the year, but I'm gonna be confident in them because I feel like they go 12-4, something like that.
12-4.
11-5,
Interesting.
11-5, 12-4.
I'll look at the schedule.
Interesting.
I
I'll
feel
say
like that's
10 and
achievable.
6.
I think that
I'll say 10 and 6.
the Dolphins have a good chance to go 0-16.
Oh yeah, most
I
definitely.
agree.
I feel like
with
we'd
that
find common ground on
completely.
that one. But
yeah, I think
Yes,
we're all
sir.
Cowboys here
You know, we're
because
going with
the
the power
destruction.
of the Cowboys.
Yeah.
2 weeks in a row, I'm just sitting here cheesing from ear to ear because of the fact that
I wish I was
these
cheesing more.
these guys all talk so
Not me, not
much
me, not me.
shit, except for Caleb.
I did in the
They
preseason.
talk so much shit on the
I did it.
Cowboys,
I don't
and
talk-
I'm sitting.
that
I
much.
very-
Especially
And
Scott.
guys, I need you to understand
Scott
this. I sit here getting double teamed on the daily when we're arguing over who's better, the Cowboys. Like when it comes to the Cowboys, I'm literally the only one that stands for myself. And then it's like 5 people just all against me, each taking a turn. And I'm sitting there having to rebuttal against each and every one of them. Like, where's my turn to take a break? I have to go against each and every one of you fuckers.
But since they got this amazing win, we'll lay off, okay? buddy?
I appreciate it. I'm just happy. I'm
Since
just,
they beat the
so I'm just
Giants,
going to
we'll
sit here
lay
and
off.
gloat. Yeah, I'm just going to sit here and gloat.
Colts and Titans.
Titans.
Oh.
I think I might go Colts.
shit.
I think I might go
I don't
Colts.
see the thing
Wait,
is the Coltons, Marlon Mack
They
and
both
Jacoby
looked good.
Brissett,
They both
or
looked really good.
Or Derrick Henry, Marcus Mariota.
the real. I feel like it's not of.
Cameron Wake had 3 sacks.
I feel like it's more of will the Titans be consistent?
Yeah, without a doubt.
Like last week they played really well, but I don't know if they how many times throughout the year they can do that.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's the first week though, you know, like going on to week 2 after week 1, there's so much questions. Like you don't necessarily know yet, you know.
Well, and the Colts look good, but anyway, when it went to overtime, I mean, I think whoever gets the ball first is gonna win the game in that game.
Except for the Cardinals Lions.
The reason I'm picking Tennessee over the Colts is Adam Vinatieri.
Oh yeah, that is
Forgot about
right.
that.
That's a
Forgot about
huge
that.
deal, actually. Like that changes. That's the reason the Colts lost last week. I mean,
It is.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you, man. The Titans.
Just
The-
by a
I feel
slight
like
edge.
I just feel like Marcus Mariota is progressing really well. I feel like Derrick Henry, that good first game. I feel like he's only
showed
gonna.
the great
Yeah, I
first
feel like if you have a great first game of the season, it just kind of sets the tone for how you're gonna play throughout the year. So
Yeah.
like, if you have a great first game, then you'll probably have a better chances of playing good throughout the season. Then if you have a bad first game and you have to start, you start kind of rocky, and then
I just feel like the Texans actually have a game plan now. At least they did against
Right.
the Browns. They looked
Yeah.
solid against the Browns.
The
I
Titans.
feel
The
like
Titans.
They don't plan on slowing
Yeah,
down.
the Titans.
but
I feel like they have a good offensive line to protect Marcus Mariota.
But the Colts could show out too. So I like.
yeah,
I don't know.
there's.
True.
I don't know. I'm just gonna
I'm
have
go
to.
with the Colts.
I'm just gonna have to go with the Titans here.
Titans.
Titans.
So Schuyler, you're the oddball out.
Ooh,
Ooh,
this guy could be making a move here,
he could be.
Could
He
be.
could be. We could.
or he
vote
could
on
put
it.
himself.
I could put
deeper
myself
in-
in treacherous territory.
into one hair
Yeah.
less.
Next game is the Seahawks and the Steelers.
This one's hard for me, and the only reason I'm picking the Seahawks is because I think DK's gonna have a huge game. I think Chris Carson's a great. Our defense is like our secondary's a problem. Our secondary's a problem.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
I feel like the Seahawks are gonna win this. The Steelers are. I feel like they're at a very bad place right now as a team. Like,
Mhm.
It's their
Coming off that
It's their play calling.
embarrassing
I think.
loss.
yeah, it was bad.
Very
I mean,
embarrassing loss.
There's always expectations for Ben Roethlisberger and Juju and Mike Tomlin, but
They need a new QB. Big
they
Ben's
just
getting old.
need something. I
Yeah.
don't. I
His hands are
feel like.
starting to shake.
I mean, James Conner. I haven't really heard anything about him since last year.
Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, he didn't
Like-
really have a very impressive game against.
Yeah, like he's kind of.
But I mean, they had to throw the ball pretty early after going down early in that game.
It's like they always had a 3 and out. Like
Yeah.
every drive was a 3 and out.
Yeah.
No matter what. I was like, wow, okay, guys.
Yeah, I just don't have much faith in the Steelers at all.
And with the Seahawks, it's just like, okay, Russell just run around for about 10 seconds and just throw it
I
up.
feel like they have better players. Like I feel like Russell Wilson's better than Ben Roethlisberger, but Juju is better than Tyler Lockett. But I feel like
We have more threats.
I feel like you guys have a better offense and defensive line. I feel like your running back is better than their
Defense
running
is
back.
better.
My defense, our
Yeah, that's-
D-line was godly.
Yeah,
But our
So that's
secondary,
gonna shut down the run.
Clowney went off
for the
that
most part.
game.
Clown, he just, like every 3 seconds, he was just in the pocket with the quarterback.
Yeah.
I was like, what's going on?
There was one play that we were watching where it was literally like the first second, like right after the ball was snapped, he was already in the backfield in the face of the quarterback.
Yeah.
Just already there, just
They
ready.
got to pick off. They got to pick off the D line because
Yeah.
our D line's just so fast. They just
Yeah.
jump up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Andy Dalton had to throw it like 1 second, 2 second every time. I was like,
And he
wow,
still almost got the job done.
almost close game.
Andy Dalton.
So think about it with less
Don't
threats.
sleep on
less
Andy
threats on the
Dalton.
field. I'm picking him up.
I wasn't sleeping
You
on
should
Andy
pick him
Dalton.
Should
up.
pick him
You
up.
should pick him up.
Who's he playing this week?
He plays.
They played the 49ers.
Play the 49ers, yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be smart of you to pick him
I'm
up.
picking him up.
Actually, the 49ers put
Richard
up
Sherman.
30 points. Richard Sherman not
Pick
washed up.
6.
not washed up? Question mark.
No, I don't know. I'd definitely go with I'd definitely pick him up.
I'd go with the Bengals in the game.
Okay, we going Seattle though.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
going
we're all
Seattle.
going
Yeah.
Seattle.
Awesome.
Next game
Thank
is
you.
the Bills and the Giants.
Bills and Giants.
So it's
Oh,
I
the
mean,
poop against the poop.
The
Yeah.
Giants got to win this. I mean,
Saquon.
they have Saquon. The Bills have nobody.
Yeah.
They got John Brown,
They
dude.
got John
John
Brown.
Brown.
That's their
John
their
Brown.
biggest
They got
name.
Frank Gore, dude.
Their biggest name is Josh Allen. Like that's a problem. Whenever your
That is a
second when your
problem.
second year quarterback is your star, that's not how it should be. Like
Can the Bills embarrass the city of New York and beat both their teams 2 weeks
I
in a
really
row?
don't think so. I really don't,
don't
think the
think-
Bills are going to
I
win
think
this.
Saquon's gonna go in.
Yeah, Saquon, he's just
think Saquon's gonna have a
untouchable.
great
I
game,
think
too.
they might bench Eli Manning.
Ooh, he played good last week. He just
Yeah.
didn't play good enough. So I
No,
don't know if they'll necessarily bench him just yet, but Eli Manning was making some completions.
Oh, that's true. He looked a little
I
better.
mean, he looked all right.
But it's the inevitable. It's the inevitable for Daniel Jones to come in.
I just want him to come in. I think he'll do better.
I go with the Giants. I'm going with the Giants.
I'm going with the Giants.
New York.
Yeah. It'd be dumb of me not to.
Hey, I'm walking here. I'm walking here.
49ers, Bengals. Andy Dalton, Jimmy Garoppolo.
I feel like the Bengals are not going to win this. I feel like the 49ers are going to win this.
That's an interesting.
Yeah,
I feel like
hot take.
I feel
from
like Andy Dalton played good last game, but I feel like Jimmy G is going to just come into it. He was kind of rusty last game, but maybe this is the game he just kind of gets all settled into it.
That could be true.
I'm gonna have to disagree with you there, dude.
I think
Or it could be just a dumb fucking choice.
I just think the Bengals looked really good against our defense, and our defense, I think, is one of the best defenses
Yeah,
in the league.
that is true.
Yeah.
They did play against
They're
you guys
gonna
very well.
I think I'm gonna have to go with Andy Dalton, the Ginger.
The Ginger.
Ginger Ninja.
Ginger Ninja.
Oof.
I'm with
The Ginger playing for the Ginger
I'm
team.
with
But
Guy
49ers
PJ
isn't a
this
bad pick either.
No, it's not.
I mean, they did beat the Buccaneers, but
It's the Buccaneers.
their defense went off.
Yeah, it is the Buccaneers. I mean, Jameis Winston.
Yeah, the only reason they did win
Two
that
pick
game was
sixes.
because their defense did go off and put up 14 of their points.
I feel like Andy Dalton's not going to
Well, I think
mediocre.
I guess when you guys look at it
Jameis
like
Winston.
that, 14 of the 49ers points last week were their defense.
so
So
17.
yeah, so their
Jeez,
offense only put up a field goal.
So
like
much.
No, they offense put up 17 points
Plus the 14.
plus the 14.
okay.
Still a lot, though.
Yeah, definitely the Bengals.
I'm going with the Bengals.
Bengals.
Like
baby.
you guys convinced me. The 49ers, I don't know. Jimmy G's just not it.
They looked good.
PJ, who
They
you
looked
go-
good week
PJ, who you
one,
going with?
but they
Bengals.
played
Yeah.
the Bucs.
Bengals.
It's hard to look bad against the Bucs.
Cincinnati.
We're all going with the Bengals.
Yes, sir.
I actually changed mine to 49ers.
Oh. Okay, Mr. Switcher. Like, why?
Because
He wants to try and get ahead.
You wanna
With
try to
the
get ahead in the
race.
head?
because Richard Sherman is
He's
not
only gonna
washed
put
up.
himself-
Thank you, I guess.
Richard Sherman is not washed up.
Who else do they have?
Richard Sherman.
That's all they
Yeah,
got.
that's
Can he
pretty,
cover the whole field?
yep.
Rich-
The dude's an animal.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
All right, what's the next game, Sky?
Chargers, Lions.
Chargers.
I got
Egghead.
I got Chargers. Egghead
Egghead
looked great.
went off. Lions defense can't
Keenan
handle
Allen looked
it.
great.
This
Philip Rivers
could
looked great.
be
The real question is, will the Chargers defense
But the
perform?
Lions
Matthew
could
Stafford.
win.
Yeah, that's what I'm
They could.
thinking. That's what we were talking about earlier this episode. The Lions could always win a game. Like, no matter who they match up against, they're always like a sleeper team. They could upset you. There's always that possibility.
But it's hard.
I feel like the Lions should not win this game, though. The Chargers just have the Chargers just have too much defensively and offensively that there's just no way the Lions can pull together something.
Yeah. I don't know.
I think the Chargers' offense is too strong, and I think the defense is better than the.
I might pick the
Their
Lions.
Lions
defense didn't
defense.
show out last week.
I mean, the Lions' defense gave up 27 to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
The Cardinals'
The
offense.
Cardinals with Kyler Murray playing the
Yeah.
way he did the first few quarters.
And they were still able to let him come back in the game. Like,
Yeah, I guess we'll get Chargers.
I just got no faith in that.
I'm going with the Chargers.
Yeah,
Chargers, baby.
Chargers.
Next game is
Yeah.
the Vikings and the Packers.
Now this will be hard.
This will be a good game.
This is kind of a hard decision, I think.
I feel like the Vikings are just so much better than them.
Yep.
I do.
The
feel
way that their defense played yesterday, and the way that Kirk Cousins looked, not bad.
Decent.
he did show up. Dalvin Cook
Dalvin
Cook.
ran
Cook,
all over the
yeah,
Falcons
he did.
defense.
He did. I feel like
And their defense shut down a pass-heavy
But-
offense with
But
the
I don't think the
Falcons and Matt
Packers
Ryan.
look
that is true.
bad
The Packers-
week
the
one.
Packers
have a
defense looked
pass-heavy
great
offense
week
as
one.
well.
The Packers offense looked pretty good against no, not pretty good, but they did something against the Bears defense.
I mean, yeah, they did do something against the Bears, but the Bears just played so bad offensively that
True.
the Bears defense was stuck to be on the field a lot longer than they should have.
Yeah.
So like the time of possession probably looked somewhere like double the score. Like they doubled the Bears' score of time of possession on offense.
Yeah, definitely.
And that definitely puts a long toll when you have to keep your defenders out there that long. So,
And I feel like the Falcons, they were able to stifle the Falcons' explosive offense.
yeah,
last-
like it was like right off the rip, like
Yeah.
3 and out.
And I think the Falcons' offense is more explosive than the Packers' offense.
Oof. Aaron Rodgers is overrated. I'm going to continue to say that.
No, Aaron Rodgers is
Yes,
great,
sir.
but they have Julio, Mohamed Sanu, Calvin Ridley.
I'd say he's top 10.
I'd say he's top 5.
Top 10.
Top 10 barely.
Top 5.
See,
I'll put him in top 11.
I don't know, man. There's just
Top 10
Aaron Rodgers. I understand he's made some Hail Mary throws that's luckily been caught. I get it. Like I understand that he had a cool pass this week, that no looker, but I'm sleeping on him, man. I just feel like he always has someone else to blame other than himself. Like, when things go wrong, he always is pointing his finger at someone else. He always has a scapegoat to why he can't do what everyone expects him to do.
I think as a quarterback, you should be the one to take the
Like,
responsibility.
yeah,
You're
it's-
running the offense.
It's exactly like he always
You
in
just
interviews
take the blame.
in the past, he's thrown people under the bus after the games, but in reality, the quarterback should be the role model
As
who's
the
sitting
general.
there. Yeah, he should be like, yeah, that's my fault. You know, like I was doing these things wrong. We need to do these things better
I need
as
to
a
be better
team.
leader,
just
stuff
spitting
like that.
bullshit, just complete utter
Right.
bullshit. Even if it's not how you feel, that's what you should say to the press. You know, you just bullshit.
Yeah.
You don't speak your mind and sit there and be like, oh well, so and so was playing terribly,
If
and
you
that's
do
the
that,
reason we
they'll play your part.
lost. Yeah. He's
Like, obviously, if players underperform, they're going to know they underperformed. You don't got to stick the finger in their chest and be like, your ass, blah, 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 blah. Like, that's, as the general, you taking the blame, even if it's some bullshit to the press, like, that's huge for the team that you're playing with, because they're just like, he's got our backs, he's not putting us out there, he's just giving them bullshit, you know?
I feel like-
we can work on our own craft without having the press being honest.
he for sure also listens to all the noise that's talked about him.
Definitely.
Like when you look at other quarterbacks, like they all have like wives and kids, and you know they're doing all these things. They're too busy to be sitting there listening. But Aaron Rodgers, he doesn't have any kids, so that gives him an extra 30 minutes or an hour just to sit there and scroll through the Bird. You know, maybe see what people are saying about him.
Yeah.
So what are you
I
guys'
still think he's very
picks?
good.
What are you guys' picks?
I'm
for
going with
this game?
Minnesota.
Vikings.
Vikings. Same.
Is that Vikings all the way across the board?
That's gonna be a hard one.
It is going to be a
We're all
tough one.
staying.
Kirk
We're all staying
Cousins.
similar.
I think the next game will be the hardest one to pick, though.
Jacksonville and Texans.
Okay, not that one. I was talking about the Saints and the Rams. I think
That's farther down.
Okay.
Yeah.
But let's talk about
Jaguars and
Jacksonville.
Texans.
Texans.
I'm going with Texans. I think
They
Deshaun
almost
Watson,
won against the
Oof.
Saints.
Deshaun Watson,
Oh, yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins have that connection.
Yeah.
DeAndre Hopkins, I don't know how he caught some of the balls.
Yeah.
He's the best wide receiver
In the league.
in the league. Like
Yeah.
there's been a lot of people talking about who it is, but
I'd say it's him and then Julio.
he's the one.
Yeah.
Like he catches so much shit, man.
It's crazy.
Like he makes some unbelievable plays.
I'd say it's him and Julio. Buy him for 1 and 2 in the league.
Julio's just so big and strong. Like he's physically like just
Yeah.
built.
Built perfectly for
Like
that
a
position.
Calvin
Yeah.
Johnson.
But I'm going to have to go with Houston. I think
Yeah.
their offense is too
Yeah,
strong.
Deshaun Watson's really good,
Jacksonville didn't look too good against KC's offense.
They looked pissed
especially with
off
Nick
all the
Foles. I
Yeah.
mean, sure, their rookie quarterback played
Minshew?
all right. Yeah, he played all right, but he's not going to play good enough.
Well, it was
to
also
beat him.
against the bad KC pass defense.
Right.
True.
True that.
Yeah, I'm going with Houston on this one.
Houston, baby.
That's a clear winner, I think.
Yeah. Next game is next one's a clear winner. It's the Patriots and Dolphins.
I'm gonna have to go with the
Buddy,
Dolphins.
all the
on this one.
Dolphins.
I mean,
Let's go
Fitzmagic.
Dolphins.
Like,
they got
I-
nothing to lose.
as I said last week, Ryan Fitzmagic doesn't go off the first week, but week two through week 4, he will go off. So I suggest everyone starting him on your fantasy, doing
got
everything you can, making the predictions.
All right.
Not
I'll
after
play you
that
this
week 1
week.
performance.
No,
Starting Ryan
I'm-
Fitzpatrick. Are you sure? Are you sure you want me to start
No,
him?
I'm fucking with y'all. Ryan Fitzpatrick is ass. Everything involved in the Dolphins are ass. Their only
Especially
the only
now.
good player they had left was Robert Quinn, but
If the Ravens
he came to the
If
Cowboys.
the Ravens are able to beat them 59-10, the Patriots should be able to beat them.
Yeah,
80
the
to
Patriot,
10.
especially
will bring in the
especially
third
the
strings.
way with AB coming in this week, and with the way that they already beat the Steelers last week without
Just
AB.
beat them down.
Yeah, they're gonna
pummeled
they're gonna
them.
mollywop a bunch of teams this year. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That was an easy winner, Patriots all around.
It's
Yeah.
scary.
They-
They got
they didn't
it's
skip
scary
a
that they
step
got that much better
the
with AB.
offseason.
They added AB to an already championship team.
the NFL
Yeah.
is looking a lot like the NBA, and I'm not liking it. There's getting to be super.
It's just the Patriots.
Just the Patriots.
Exactly, and
Not the
Patriots
just
need
the
to chill.
AFC.
I'm
It's the
tired of
AFC.
it.
It's not the
I'm
NFC.
I'm sick and tired of it. I feel like there's a lot more better NFC teams than
Oh,
AFC,
yeah.
There is.
but when it comes to the AFC, it's like
Powerhouses.
yeah, like it's. I mean, there's just like there's two teams, three teams that are always going to be there, and it's always the Patriots that ends up coming out on
Yeah.
top.
Yeah.
And they already won the Super Bowl. They've already been winning, and now they get AB.
Yeah, no, just add AB.
That pisses me off. Like
Yeah,
A
it's
clear
pretty
winner,
ridiculous.
though. That's
it
a
makes
clear winner.
yeah, it's a clear winner, but I don't. It makes me not want to watch football.
True.
Next game is the Raiders and Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Oh, this
I think I'm
divisional
gonna
game too.
I think I'm gonna go with the Chiefs.
This could be a good game.
I don't know. Looking at how the Chiefs looked last week, I feel like the Chiefs are probably gonna win. But
Oakland
looked
played
good.
really well.
Las
Oakland did
Vegas.
look good. Las
and
Vegas.
and
yeah.
with these divisional
I should
games,
know that.
these divisional games, you never know. Like there's always a chance for
Yeah.
upset on divisional games. They always are. They're always grimier, always
Is it
harder.
in Vegas?
I think it's in KC
And the Chiefs are for sure winning.
because KC just played in Jacksonville.
I think
Yeah.
I think the Chiefs are gonna win.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
they have a super explosive offense.
Oakland just
Now they got
hasn't.
LaShawn McCoy.
Oakland just hasn't proved enough yet.
Yeah,
They
Yeah. Week one's always a mystery.
yeah, like exactly. You could always just
especially
play.
a team like the Raiders.
True.
But we've
No.
known about the Chiefs.
This is in
We
Oakland.
know that they're
It's
ballers.
in Oakland.
Yeah, it is. In
I
Oakland.
still think the Chiefs are
Yeah,
gonna
I mean,
regard.
I still think the Chiefs are going
Yeah.
to win too, but
Easy
It is
winner.
in Oakland.
We know what Patrick Mahomes is about.
Yep,
I think it'll be a fun game to watch though.
and Sammy
Oh, yeah.
Watkins.
Everyone start Sammy Watkins at Schuyler.
You don't want 31
40
points.
40
on your
points.
bench.
Yeah,
40 points on
you
my
got
bench.
to you got to start him.
Yeah,
All right. Well, that was a clear winner. What's
next
the
game is probably gonna be the best game of the week. It's the Rams and Saints.
Okay. Yeah. This is hard.
All right,
I think this is gonna be
This
the
is gonna be
determined egghead.
another divisional game. Gotta love it. I really feel like
This is not a divisional game.
it's not.
No, it's not.
Saints are in the
Vikings.
Saints
Rams
Oh,
are in
yeah,
Falcons.
yeah. That's
Panthers.
right. That's right. My bad.
No, it's fine.
I feel like
Conference
the Saints are definitely gonna win this.
I feel like the Saints are gonna win it
they
too.
got fucked over last
I mean-
year. They got a chip on their shoulder.
They got a
The
chip on their
Rams-
shoulder. Alvin Kamara looked great last week.
Drew Brees was hot.
I feel like the Rams were just I mean, they won
Jared
the
Goff
game.
They
was
won the
not.
game, but it
But
was close.
they
I
was
guess they both
scored
were
on.
close.
They got scored on a lot. The defense.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
got scored on a lot, and their offense looked sloppy.
It's gonna be a shootout.
Jared Goff
Goff was
threw a pick.
asleep.
There was going.
Todd Gurley didn't
Three
do
and
anything in the first
outs.
half.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you gotta have more from Todd Gurley.
It's gonna be a shootout, though.
you
I think.
must have more from Todd Gurley.
I don't know.
He was
dude.
like
the
the
Rams could be
backbone last
good
year.
though, because Todd Gurley could just
The
come
Rams,
out.
the Rams are definitely
That is
good
true.
though. That's the thing. The Rams are a top team, but
The Saints
so
are a top
is the
team.
The
Saints.
Saints are a top team. I think the
Two of
Saints
the
are
best
good.
running backs in the NFL.
The best quarterback.
The best
The
quarterback. in
best
NFL.
quarterback.
One of the best quarterbacks.
One of the
Not,
best.
not the best quarterback.
One of the
Y'all
best
are
in the
crazy.
NFL.
The best quarterback statistically in the NFL.
Wait, so they had to have a game-winning field goal to win that with the best quarterback?
First game of the season.
Texans,
Tom-
Texans are
Tom
good.
Bra-
Texans are good.
Texans
Tom
are
Brady.
good.
Texans had Deshaun Watson.
Tom Brady's
And
first
DeAndre
game of the
Hopkins.
season.
They played the Steelers, who performed like poo in the loo.
They perform like trash because the Patriots' defense is legit and their offense is explosive. Like, why?
Okay,
why
I'm
else
not
would they
talking
get
about
their?
defense and
Why
offense, I'm
else
talking
would they
about the
get blown
quarterback.
up? I know exactly.
That's why I'm saying
Oh,
Drew Brees is the
no.
best statistically,
He had to have a game-winning drive to win.
and he won.
That's what makes him great.
The clutch
he comes
gene.
big.
Tom
he comes
Bra-
up big in the big
He's
moments.
had like 5,000 passing yard seasons.
Tom
One was last
Brady
year.
blew out the Steelers last week. and you're sitting here saying that he doesn't look like the best quarterback.
I'm not
still.
saying he's not the best. I'm saying Drew Brees is the best statistically.
So what you're saying is Drew Brees is the fucking best.
Statistically speaking.
He's
Winningly, he's not the most winningest quarterback. Tom Brady obviously is, because he's got a fucking great team behind him.
I think
He's got a great coach
I think
behind
Drew
him.
Brees, if you put him on the Patriots for these past years that Tom Brady's been on, I think he gets the same amount of Super Bowls.
false.
Facts.
That's where you're wrong.
No, I think he does. I think
You
Tom-
guys,
I think
you
Drew
guys
Brees.
sound
No, I
like
think,
a bunch of Drew Brees.
I think
fan
Drew Brees
lovers,
is a
bro.
more talented quarterback than Tom Brady is.
Well, that's
I
where
agree.
I mean,
Tom Brady wasn't on
maybe
Sports Science.
maybe athletically. That's because Tom Brady's like slow as fuck,
That's true.
unathletic as fuck, but he throws the ball and he's a mental genius. That's the thing with him.
I think Drew Brees,
Drew
is
Brees
too.
is too, yeah.
Not as good.
He's not a dual threat. He's
Drew
still,
Brees
he's
has
still
been-
like the...
How many rings does Drew Brees
has been running
have?
this game. Like I said, if he had the Patriots team the year Tom Brady's had
If
him,
Tom Brady was on the Saints, they would have won, dude.
No.
Get the fuck out of here.
no,
If Tom Brady was on the
No.
Saints last year, they would have won the Super Bowl.
Well, yes, you're right.
And they so
Because the Saints got fucked over by the Rams
wait, so
with that pass interference call at the end.
wait.
Are you saying if Tom Brady and Drew Brees switched teams last year, Tom Brady would have won with the Saints?
Yep,
No.
he definitely would have.
I thought you
I'm
meant
saying Drew
was completely
Brees.
out of
I'm
the
saying
running.
you put Drew Brees on Tom Brady's teams, Super Bowl teams.
I'm
all
saying
these
you could put
years.
either of them on either team. I'm saying the chances of Tom Brady getting a Super Bowl with the Saints is a lot greater than the chances of Drew Brees getting a Super
No,
Bowl with the
false.
Patriots.
No, that is
that's
that is
straight
terrible.
facts.
False.
No.
The teams are basically the same. They have a
The
great
Patriots
they have a
defense
great
is
coach.
a lot
Patriots
better than the
defense.
Saints defense.
The Saints offense is a lot better than the Patriots offense.
That's debatable.
That's debatable.
That is debatable.
See guys,
I would
here's
agree.
here's
I
how
would
it is
agree,
though.
Their wide receiver. And
I think
always-
I think it's
it's
closer.
always-
No, I think it's closer offensively. I think it's closer than it is defensively. I think the
Yes.
Patriots defense is a lot better than the Saints. I think it's closer on offense than it is on defense.
They
There's
have,
not a
like,
chance.
around the same
See-
caliber of offense. And it's ran pretty similar.
You guys are fucking crazy. Drew Brees is not better than Tom Brady. There's a reason why Tom Brady has so many rings. There's
He's
a
got
reason why
better
it's called the
stats.
GOAT.
He doesn't have more rings. He's got better stats.
Dude, stats aren't about
And
everything.
the stats would still be there if he was playing for the Patriots.
He doesn't,
Tom Brady's
though.
rings,
And the
would
rings
not
would be
there
added
if
on.
He
was
doesn't.
playing for the
He,
Saints.
he plays for the Saints, and he's
and
not
he
as
still
good.
has the best stats.
He'll never be as good. He's always going to
He
be in
won't have
Tom
the best
Brady's
team.
shadow.
But
Drew
he's got the
Brees.
stats.
Drew Brees
Fo-
gets 6 rings.
Playing for football is about winning.
Drew Brees gets 6 rings. If
Does
he's
he,
on
though?
this Patriots team.
Does he?
I said if he does.
Not
if he
everybody.
is.
People play for records.
So Tom Brady's the GOAT. He has the most rings, the most wins.
And Drew Brees can't control where he
I'm
goes.
going
He's-
with the
he's
Saints
the
over the
best.
Rams this
I'm
week.
the
going
best
with the
captain.
Saints because
Saints.
of revenge over the play.
The chip on the
I'm gonna
shoulder.
I'm going to go with the Saints because their offense is better.
Who you going with, Caleb?
Saints, baby. Drew Brees, baby.
Man, we're all.
They got the chip on the shoulder.
Next game is
Fucking
the
crazy.
Bears
fucking
and Bears
idiots.
Broncos.
Bears and Broncos. This could
Oh
go
my
This could
God.
go
either
either
way.
way.
This could go either way.
It's
I'm
either
gonna
Mitch
go
or
with the
Flacco,
Bears,
dude.
Put Mitch on the Patriots. They fucking win it all.
Mitch is.
Are you
nowhere near
comparing
as
Mitchell
good as Drew
Trubisky to
Yes.
Drew Brees?
No, I'm comparing Mitch Trubisky to Tom Brady.
So you're saying
So-
Tom Brady would have rings no matter what team you went to?
I believe so.
No,
False.
that is not.
Okay,
God.
obviously,
Oh my
obviously,
God.
So you're saying
obviously,
the coaching has nothing
That's
to do with it?
preposterous.
dude. What I'm saying is the coaching with the Saints and the coaching with the Patriots
close.
are the same.
Not the
Sean
same.
Payton.
They're close.
Sean
Very
Payton.
close.
If
Just like their
anything,
offense.
Sean
That's why
Payton's
their
better than
offenses are
Bill
close.
Belichick at the coach.
Rings would definitely dispute
mean,
that.
All right, so
I guess
how many
Belichick is
coaches are on a
dirty.
football team? There's like fucking 10.
Yeah, there is.
So there's only one head coach. Other coaches have other responsibilities. So you'd have
Okay.
to have the same. You'd have to have the same coaches. There could be other coaches that are better. Sean Payton's better than Bill Belichick, but Bill Belichick could have a better staff than what Sean Payton has. Is what I'm saying.
Whatever Bill Belichick's doing, I'm going to that team.
Exactly. Whatever Tom Brady's doing, I'm staying with him.
And Bill Belichick is dirty. He's
dirty.
slimy.
He's a cheater.
Tom
It's true. He
Breeze.
has cheated a couple times.
He's cheated, but
He does whatever
gotta-
he can to win.
he's a winner.
Anyway,
Tom Brady
we're on
tra-
Chicago and Denver.
Tom
now.
Brady wins. Drew Brees chokes.
Yeah, get
Well,
over it.
Chicago
Zach.
and
Get
Denver
over it.
now.
I get it. Drew Brees is haunting your memory with his 5,000 passing yard
Okay.
years.
The Bears and Broncos.
Broncos.
I don't know. Because Joe
I feel
Flacco's
like-
trash. Mitch obviously is trash. But the Bears have a solid defense.
The Broncos have a solid defense.
Broncos have an alright defense.
Bradley Chubb, Von Miller, Chris
But they're
Harris
not
Jr.
as good as the Bears defense.
I'd say they're even.
This one's a tough. This one's like Minnesota and the
It
Packers.
depends on what offense is going to show up.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna have Mitchell
didn't show
Trubisky,
up.
Mitchell Trubisky, David Montgomery, Allen Robinson. You're going to have Emmanuel Sanders, Joe Flacco, and Phillip Lindsay show up.
It's a very even team. I'm going Broncos.
I think I'm going to go Bears.
Yeah, I'm not going to be an idiot, and I'm going to go with the Bears. I'm going to say that
You're going to say Mitch is going to come out?
I hope.
I'm not going to be an idiot and just Mitch just there's like Jay Cutler.
Yeah, see, I say I'm not going to be an idiot, but then I could be an idiot for going with Mitch 2 weeks in a row. Like, Joe Flacco's a veteran. And then there's Mitch, the young gun, who played like booty.
I think the Bears defense will stifle the Broncos.
I think the Broncos defense is better than the Packers defense.
Maybe. There's only been one game.
D-line's better. Linebackers are better, and secondary's better.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only been one game. So
True.
I don't know how
True.
the Packers
Week
defense-
one's always a mystery.
But I think I'm going with Bears either way.
I think I'm going to have to go with the Bears as well. I don't think Mitch Trubisky's not that bad.
I had a bad game.
He just had a bad game, I think.
I think he looked pretty bad.
The Bears are a good team because their defense keeps feeding. They keep getting turnovers. They let the offense run, and they did good last year. It's just week one, Mitch Trubisky didn't start out too great.
Yeah. But I think the Bears are going to show up this week. I think Mitchell Trubisky will have a better week than he did last week, and I think the Bears will take this game. Zach, who you have?
Bears.
Caleb?
Bears.
PJ?
The Bears.
Do you want to go Broncos?
Broncos.
Broncos, all right.
Sadly.
Next game is another good game.
I'm still hurt at you guys. I'm still salty.
Next game is another good game.
God.
Eagles and Falcons.
Get over it, baby.
It's crazy. I just get tag teamed every time.
Eagles
like,
and Falcons.
it's like, when do I get someone else on my side?
I think I'm going to go with. Actually, I don't know.
Eagles and
The
Falcons.
Falcons just got utterly obliterated last week with the Vikings.
The Eagles could show out. The Falcons could also show out.
Well, I think that the Eagles defense is pretty
The
Their
Eagles are
secondary, though.
They're-
the Eagles are a lot better than the Falcons. The Eagles will win this game.
They almost lost to
Debatable.
the Redskins. And the Redskins are
They
thieves.
didn't almost lose to them.
Yes, they did. They almost lost by 5 points. It was a 5-point deficit.
Yeah.
27 to
Redskins
32.
also kind of
But there
choked.
was
though.
like, they like came back and were just in the lead after that one period.
It was a blowout the first half. It was 17-0.
Exactly, but like, that's
Just
what.
saying.
It's the Redskins.
Yeah, that's the Redskins. Like, I don't know.
Exactly. I
It's
think
the
I think the
Redskins.
Falcons have a more explosive defense than the Redskins.
No, the Redskins are all right though. Like, that's the problem. The Redskins aren't terrible.
I think the Falcons are better than the Redskins.
I think the Falcons are better than the Redskins for sure.
Well, yes, I'm not saying no to
The
that,
Falcons are better
but
than the Redskins.
this is an extra week, and that means the rust is off. And when you look at it, the Eagles have a better team. Like,
Is it at Atlanta?
The
Is it
rust is
at-
off for the Falcons.
in Atlanta.
In Atlanta?
Ooh, I
Falcons
don't
win. I'm going with the Falcons.
I think I'm gonna go with the Falcons too. I think they're a different team in Atlanta.
go for it.
They go crazy.
Yeah,
Matt
but
Ryan goes stupid.
I might go Eagles, though, because
yeah,
of the stack
I'm gonna
roster.
catch a free dub this one and not be an idiot,
Free.
and I'm gonna go with the Eagles. Like,
I think the Eagles could show out, though.
the Eagles have
Don't get me wrong. I'm not sleeping
one
on
of the
I'm not
best.
sleeping on the Eagles.
The Eagles have one of the best rosters in the league.
You say that, but earlier you said they were trash.
Because I'm a Cowboys fan. When did I call them trash? Maybe
You
like
said
in
it
a
earlier.
jokingly manner. I said the Eagles are the shit. I think I said
You
last.
they are shit.
I think I said last week on the podcast that they might win the division over
You
the
did say
Cowboys. Okay, so
Looking at
they
the
can't be
league,
shit.
Earlier
though.
today, you said they were shit.
Looking at the past game,
And
with
now
the
you're saying they're
Falcons,
good
They don't
again.
look very good.
They're not shit.
You're just going in circles.
I never
You're
said
going
their
in
shit.
circles.
I never said their shit.
Really?
I've been preaching
Interesting.
that they're good.
Interesting
that
you'd
you
say
say
that. We'll listen to this again and see what you
Yeah.
actually said.
Let's do
We'll just
it.
run it back and
Let's
we'll hear
do
you
it.
say their shit.
Let's do it.
I think I'm gonna go with the Eagles. I'm changing my
switched it.
pick.
So you're smart.
Falcons, baby.
I looked at the Eagles. I
Eagles.
looked at the Eagles last game.
They
I
look
mean,
good.
they look pretty good. The Falcons didn't look. The Falcons looked lost against the Vikings last game.
The Falcons
They don't have a
don't
run
have.
game.
The Vikings have
They
a
don't
better
have a run game,
secondary
and
than
they
the
don't have a
Eagles.
defense, bro.
The Vikings
Yeah, their
do have
defense
a
is
The
bad,
Eagles,
and they
the
don't have a run
Eagles have a
game.
good defensive line. Have you seen how stacked it is?
A good D line, yes.
I'm going with Philadelphia.
But the Vikings have a better secondary than the Eagles. And Matt Ryan loves to throw the ball.
Who's one of the corners for the
No
Falcons?
fucking clue.
Okay, so how can you say that? how can you say that if you don't even know?
Because I see it.
PJ,
Because
who
you're
you
a
got?
spitting
I don't read. I don't read the
Eagles.
names. I see it.
Eagles.
You're
What do you
just
guys?
spitting
So
bullshit.
Caleb's going with Falcons. What are you going
Falcons,
with?
baby.
I'm going with the
Eagles.
Eagles.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Caleb, you're the oddball out.
Yes, sir.
And you could prove us wrong, like
It
you did
will
with the
pay
Falcons
out.
and Minnesota game.
Yeah, you could. Last game is Monday night game. The Browns and the Jets.
The Browns got to win this.
I mean, if the Browns
After
don't, it's
such
kind of
a
embarrassing.
humbling, embarrassing, pathetic, pitiful, any term you want to use. After a loss like that,
They better win.
the Browns must win.
It's a must-win game for the Browns.
And they're not playing.
prove themselves.
They're not playing Cleveland. They don't got the pressure on them. Like they're not having their fans after that.
If
such of a
anything, they have
loss.
more pressure on them.
No, I'd say they have less. They got nothing to lose.
I think they have a lot of pressure.
They have
They
like
have to
they have
show-
more pressure than what they did last week.
They gotta show what they are.
I don't think they do because after that loss last week, their fans are just like, "Who the fuck are these? These guys were supposed to be Super Bowl caliber."
Exactly.
Now they don't
pressure on
Exactly.
them.
That's what puts the pressure on them.
I don't think so.
Because they're like, oh, we just got blown out by the Titans. We better
They're
not lose
They
this
don't
game to
have.
the
They don't have
Jets.
to show out to their home crowd.
Yeah.
But their home crowd will be watching on
the
TV.
stacked
probably.
the
But they
stacked
don't
Brown
hear
the stacked
their home crowd.
Browns
The
got
thing is, dude, they just got destroyed by the Titans.
Exactly.
Destroyed.
And they need to show that they're at something. That's
But
something
they don't have to
that's
show
pressure.
up to their
And
home
that's why I'm
crowd.
going
maybe
with the Jets.
maybe if they're like 0-8, if they're like 0-8, bro, then they have nothing to lose.
Yeah,
But they're
yeah.
0-1. You're acting like the first week just changes everything. Like
It
they're
doesn't change everything. It changes a lot.
dude.
I'm going.
No.
With, I'm
It
going
changes
with
a lot
the-
on how they are going to approach this game.
Yeah, with more pressure on them.
I think
less.
Nick Chubb will have a better game.
You're fucking
Odell will have a
crazy.
good game. Baker Mayfield should have a pretty good game against the Jets.
Like if you're
I think the Jets' defense is better than. They're kind of the same as the Titans.
if you're one of the
defense,
best
actually.
teams and you lose,
Supposedly.
exactly. If people talk you up and say you're the shit, so like if everyone's sitting there talking me up saying I'm the shit, right?
yeah.
At wrestling, like I'm just the shit at wrestling, and then I go in my first match, I lose. Like there's so high of expectations for me, and I lose my first match.
Mm-hmm.
There's more pressure on me now because
There
the
is.
fact that everyone has high expectations of me, yet I failed. Now,
Wrestling is a completely different sport.
But he's just talking about the concept.
I'm
of
saying the
winning.
concept.
He
You got to
just proves
understand the
point.
concept.
I get the concept.
No,
I
you
get where
don't.
you guys are coming from. But I feel like they have less pressure because they don't have to perform in front of their home crowd. They don't have to worry about letting them down again
I'd rather.
in their home stadium.
But you're still gonna let 'em
I'd
down if you
prefer.
lose.
Yeah,
Well,
I'd
yeah,
prefer
but
to
they don't
play.
have to do it in front of them.
If I would, I'd
gotta go back next week
I'd
and
want to
play
play home. I'd rather play at home with my crowd than away
And lose.
and lose.
You're saying I don't
Like,
see it. You guys just don't see where I'm coming from.
No,
We
like,
see-
I see where you're coming from.
we
but
see
I
where
just-
you're
I just
coming
think it's
from.
more
I just
pressure
think
on
it's
them to
dumb.
win.
Like,
Okay, so we disagree.
I'm going with the Browns.
yeah, the Browns got this dub.
All right, I think we
Wait,
finished.
who'd you go with?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, I went with the Browns, dude.
Who'd you go with, Caleb?
Browns.
Browns. All right, so we all
Browns
went
all
with
around.
All four went with the Browns.
Well, we're actually gonna wrap it up
All
here.
that pressure.
All that pressure.
That is it
All
for
that
the,
pressure
for the
applied.
sports.
That's it for the
episode.
sports episode. We're gonna have a pop culture episode that will probably drop Saturday. Yeah,
Yep,
Saturday. And we're gonna be talking about the It 2 movie. We're gonna be talking about Post Malone's new album. really good.
Best series on Netflix.
Best series on Netflix.
Horror
favorite
movies.
our favorite horror movie, our favorite Marvel movie.
Thriller.
It's
maybe.
gonna be fun. So
New
check
COD?
into that. Yeah, new COD.
New COD, franchising.
Yeah,
We'll
franchising.
talk about that.
We're going to talk about a lot of pop culture stuff. But thanks for tuning in to the Downstairs Hooligans podcast. And this has been a fun ride.
This episode will drop tonight.
Yeah. And just support us on Patreon, on Instagram, Twitter, the Downstairs Hooligans,
YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts.
and
Spotify.
Now. Yeah, we just got that, and we're gonna be marketing ourselves a lot more this coming week.
We're gonna be talking to sponsors.
Just show us some love. Like, give us some honest feedback, whether it's good or bad. We need to know what we're doing right. We need to know what we're doing wrong. Like,
Any feedback's good feedback.
Are we going
Any
to talk to
feedback.
sponsors soon?
Yes, we are, and we're looking for sponsors. So anybody who wants to sponsor us, go right ahead. And yeah, thank you guys for listening. And yeah,
It was a good time.
good time. See ya.
Drew Brees, baby.
Downstairs Hooligans out.